Welcome to the Heal Men, Heal the World campaign. If you're here, that means that you too can see the tragic state our world is in. You too can see that men are in a horrible place, a broken place. It's very sad, it's very worrisome, and it's time right now to make a huge change. This campaign exists because a few men have decided to take responsibility for the state of men's well-being and to change it. If we were to grade men's well-being right now, I wouldn't say we're failing. I'd say we're getting a strong D. We're disconnected. We're in despair. We're drifting without direction. We're dependent on substances that are destroying us. We're dying at our own hands. We're getting a strong D. The stats tell the story even more clearly. 15% of men report having no friends. 65% of young men say no one really knows me well. Men are disconnected. Nearly half of men meet the criteria for depression. 1 in 8 young men have already had a major depressive disorder. Men are in despair. 36% of men are struggling to find their place in society. 46% of young men consider themselves to be failures. Men are drifting without direction. 27% of young men are addicts. Men overdose at twice the rate of women. Men are dependent on substances that are slowly destroying them. Men are ending their lives at 4 times the rate of women. Men are dying at their own hands. Enough is enough. A new reality is possible. This campaign exists to express that today we have an opportunity to change our reality. With your support, we will make a substantial change to this reality and bring about a new one. I say this confidently because I'm living in a personal bubble I've created over the last 7 years. A bubble consisting of a network of small brotherhood groups that use an intentionally designed structure that changes everything. A bubble this campaign seeks to expand and expand until it encompasses the world. Inside the bubble I've helped to build, men aren't disconnected. They have an unbreakable sense of belonging. Men aren't alone in their despair. They're surrounded and comforted by men who've been at the bottom, but from experience can say this too shall pass. Men aren't drifting alone without direction, feeling like failures. They're in community, feeling like brothers. Men aren't dulling away their problems with pills. They're facing their struggles in a safe space that heals. Men aren't ending their lives because they can't find their way. They're gaining strength from their brothers day after day after day. Inside the bubble of our network of brotherhood groups, men are held, and because of that, men are healed. Through this campaign, we invite you to support the first stage of our efforts to expand our bubble to accommodate 1,000 new men. I am absolutely clear that it is possible to replicate the success we've had so far. I can say this confidently because I've watched the proof unfold in real time. I've listened to men inside our brotherhood talk of having been at the cliff's edge before joining us. I've listened as they've talked about having already written notes to leave behind for their families, explaining how they just couldn't take life anymore. I've listened to them talk about knowing exactly where they had decided to take their own lives. And then I listen as they tell of how our brotherhood changed their perception of life and their place in it. And then I listen to them years later tell me they're in the best place they've ever been in their lives. I've listened to them express over and over, there was life before brotherhood, and then there's life after. I've listened, and I've heard enough. Enough to know that what we're doing here must be spread far and wide, and to do that, we must prove our concept with the next 1,000 men. And to do that, I need the support of everyone who shares my concern for men, everyone who loves a man who's struggling, everyone who wants to solve this terrible problem, everyone who has sons and nephews who are one day going to inherit the world that grinds men so thoroughly that they feel appropriate in ending their own lives. Are you one of my people? Now, we do also have to talk about the external consequences of a failed male culture. While it's absolutely tragic and heartbreaking how our culture funnels men directly into despair, it's also infuriating to watch men turn around and create more despair. Our current culture is hurting men, and we all know what hurt people do. They hurt people. Broken men don't only suffer, they create suffering. For generations, broken men have reached for violence when wisdom was needed, built systems that reward greed while leaving millions behind, abandoned responsibilities that families and communities depend upon, spread their wounds into the lives of spouses, children, friends, and neighbors, and perhaps most tragically, they've surrendered hope itself, leaving the work of building a better future undone. The world we live in today did not appear by accident. It is in many ways the world broken men have built. If broken men can build a broken world, healed men can build a healed one. That is why I'm asking for your help, because I've seen what happens when men heal. I've seen what happens when belonging replaces isolation, when brotherhood replaces despair, and when purpose replaces drift. I've seen healed men begin rebuilding the world around them. It's time to install a completely new operating system for male kind. True manhood, rooted in brotherhood, is the solution. And true manhood, rooted in brotherhood, does just that. It masterfully eliminates pervasive isolation and then paints a new picture of what we need from men once they're standing on solid ground. Inside our subculture bubble, we practice a healthy approach to timeless masculinity, planted in the fertile soil of brotherhood. Inside our bubble, the tree of masculinity is healthy, tall, productive, and strong. Inside our bubble, the tree of masculinity is a stabilizing force for the surrounding soil and bears life-giving fruit. Inside our bubble, manhood is rooted in belonging, gifting, knowing, listening, guarding, thinking, and becoming. It's strong without domination, protective without control, accountable without shame, confident without arrogance, loving without weakness. You get the picture. Inside our bubble, manhood looks completely different from how it looks outside. This campaign invites you to help us bring a new operating system for manhood into the world. I'm looking for people who share our concern, not only for the well-being of men, but for the well-being of the world they so dramatically impact. Are you my people? Are you my people? Let me pause for a moment here. Let's make it personal. Let's go hyper-personal, actually. Kyle, Kashi, Eric, Pete, Billy, Jarrett. These are real deaths of despair that have reached me personally. 50% died from an accidental overdose. 50% died at their own hands. 100% were unnecessary. Kyle, Kashi, Eric, Pete, Billy, Jarrett. The next name does not have to be written. Enough is enough. The time for a radical solution and a radically new male culture has come, and I'm dedicating my life to spreading it. The new culture for manhood must be built on principles that are timeless and true. And that is exactly what this movement intends to plant powerfully in our world. The money we are raising right now will be used with great care and great seriousness. It will help us provide scholarships for high-impact men who are ready to lead but need support accessing the training and structure required to do this work well. It will support our weekly Leaders Circle, where the men carrying brotherhood groups are strengthened, trained, connected, and cared for themselves. It will help us build the technology needed to unite our leaders, simplify our systems, share best practices, and create one connected platform for a growing brotherhood of men. It will fund the weekly call to true manhood, our public invitation to men, families, supporters, and anyone looking for hope, healing, and a new way forward. It will help us launch a podcast where men impacted by this work can tell their stories in their own words, giving other men the courage to believe that change is possible. It will support a national podcast and media campaign so we can carry this message into long-form conversations across the country where the crisis facing men and the new code of manhood we are offering can be explained with the depth they deserve. And it will fund the professional editing and the national launch of the first true manhood book titled The Brotherhood Effect. A national book launch will ensure this work does not remain hidden, but reaches the men, families, communities, and institutions searching for a better way. We are not raising money for an idea we hope might work. We're raising money to build the structure around something we've already seen work so we can carry it further, steward it wisely, and offer it to the men who need it now. After you make a meaningful recurring donation, we will keep you up to date on our developments as we work to make a huge impact in our world. Will you help plant it? Will you help us build a different future? If so, I'm asking you to do something simple, concrete, and meaningful today. Become a founding supporter of the Heal Men, Heal the World movement. We are looking for the first 1,000 people who are willing to help us reach the next 1,000 men. Choose a tax-deductible amount you can give every month and make that commitment today. Whether it's $10 a month, $25 a month, $100 a month, $1,000 a month, or more. What matters most is that you join us, because the work ahead of us will not be accomplished through a single donation. It will be accomplished by a community of people who decide that this problem matters enough to stay involved. A year from now, when thousands more men have found belonging, purpose, support, and hope, I want you to be able to look back and say, I helped build that. Not Wayne, not a nonprofit, us. We built it together. Every tax-deductible gift helps us train leaders, support brotherhood groups, provide scholarships, build the technology that connects our movement, share stories of transformation, publish a true manhood message, and bring this work to men who desperately need it. We are not funding an experiment, we are expanding a proven solution. If you believe healed men can help create a healed world, join us today as a founding supporter. And finally, this message is for the men. Some of you are being called to do more than support this movement financially. Some of you are being called to become part of it. If you've been watching this video and feeling something stir inside you, pay attention to that feeling. The world does not need more spectators, it needs more brothers. It needs more men willing to create belonging where there is isolation, courage where there is fear, and hope where there is despair. If that sounds like you, click the join button below. Come meet your brothers. Come learn the work. Come help us build the culture we wish existed. A culture where men heal, a culture where men belong, a culture where men become the kind of men the world desperately needs. Join us. We're waiting for you. Become a founding supporter. Become a brother. The next name does not have to be written. If broken men can build a broken world, healed men can build a healed world. Let's heal men and heal the world.